Welcome to another video. This is part 3 in the little mini series of mini vacations. It is about summertime and I am feeling it, I assure you, but hopefully you are nice and comfy for this little mini trip. In part 1 we went to Alaska, in part 2 we went to Hawaii, and now it's time to visit a national park in southern Utah. So let's jump in.
The American Southwest is known for its red rock formations. But this towering stone jungle sets itself apart from the rest. Join Kevin Poe, park ranger at Bryce Canyon National Park, on a journey that spans day and night.
Defining this place isn't an easy task, because there's no other place like it. Bryce is home to Earth's largest collection of rock pillars, known as hoodoos. It's one of the fastest changing geologic landscapes on the planet. Here, the night sky is darker than almost any other place in America. I've been at Bryce for 16 years now. Find me a park with better rocks or stars, and maybe I'll move on. But until then, this is my home.
The sun is about to set, which means soon we'll be able to see a night of pristine darkness. Cities produce so much light pollution that in most places you can't look up into the nighttime sky and understand your place in the universe. But we don't have that problem here at Bryce Canyon. Come, let's take a look.
So what he said there is that in the nighttime, the night sky is really clear because there's a lack of light pollution. Now, pollution just means anything harmful that comes into an area. So like air pollution. You know what air pollution is. It makes it hard to breathe. Anything harmful or poisonous, like cars, contribute to air pollution. They let out too much carbon dioxide and other gases that make it hard to maybe see. Maybe it's smoggy. What he said light pollution keeps us from seeing the nighttime stars in anywhere else in the world. Like in New York City, you can't see many stars compared to other places that you might have been because there's so much light in the city that it drowns out almost the nighttime stars. The nighttime stars. I mean, they are the stars. They don't disappear during the day. So let's explore. Wow, so pretty. Let's explore the night sky in Bryce Canyon.
Two-thirds of Americans can no longer see the Milky Way from their backyard. But here it stretches from horizon to horizon, almost like a glittering rainbow. Look around and explore our universe and the constellations, galaxies, and planets that call it home.
While we're looking around, make some observations with your ears. Hear that? We are looking up at the night sky. Got interrupted by maybe an owl. Wow. All right, let's find some constellations. I'm actually going to mute the background noise. And he mentioned the Milky Way galaxy. A galaxy is just a humongous collection of stars and other things. And when I say humongous, I mean millions or billions of stars. Our galaxy is the Milky Way galaxy, And you can kind of see it right here. I mean, we're in it, so we can see other parts of the Milky Way galaxy here, as he said. And he also said to find constellations. Constellations are just stars that form a recognizable pattern. So let's see if we can find a constellation. I think I saw one. Yes. Famous one here. Does anyone recognize it? Let's see what this is.
You'll surely recognize one of our sky's most prominent features, the Big Dipper. While the Big Dipper is easily recognizable, the whole constellation, Ursa Major, the Great Bear, is hard to see without a very dark sky. Lucky for us, we're in the right place.
So that is the Big Dipper.
Coma Berenices may appear small, but looks, as they say, can be deceiving. This constellation contains the Needle Galaxy, which has 1 trillion stars and is 5 times the size of the Milky Way. It resides 65 million light-years away, making it simultaneously the largest and the most distant object you will ever see.
Wow. 65 million light-years away.
Near Mars is an imposter. Antares, which means anti-Mars, is a star that looks red to the naked eye. While Antares is a lot bigger, it's also 600 light-years away, so Mars appears brighter. When you look at Hercules, you'll notice his trapezoid-shaped chest. One arm extends and holds a primitive-looking club. In his armpit, you'll see a globular star cluster. This cluster contains 1 million ancient stars, which will probably burn forever.
Nice. Let's see if we can find the 5th one. I don't know much about constellations or stars, but Google can definitely help you out here.
The Andromeda Galaxy is the closest large galaxy to the Milky Way. A few billion years from now, Andromeda and the Milky Way are expected to collide, merging into a massive elliptical galaxy in what will probably be one impressive show.
So what he said there is that our galaxy, the Milky Way, and this galaxy, Andromeda, will collide with each other. So this is very interesting, and it takes knowing about the Big Bang Theory to kind of know why this is going to happen. The Big Bang Theory just says that the entire universe, all of the matter, all of the atoms in the universe, and that's a lot of atoms, were once in basically a big ball, a big chunk of stuff, like space stuff. And then there was an event where it blew up, I guess, is the best way to put it. It separated, and all of the things went different ways, and with gravity and the various energies in the universe, we got planets and stars and some other stuff. But that just means that everything is moving away from this central point. So it started here, boom, and went outwards, and Andromeda, this galaxy right here, and the Milky Way, our galaxy, is going to, the way they're moving, they're going to collide with each other. Now, by the time that happens, I'm guessing that humans will be extinct, but feel free to prove me wrong in however many years if you would like. Let's explore the changing hoodoos.
For the Paiute people, this canyon is a graveyard. It's where their ancient ancestors were punished by the coyote god Sinawava, turned to stone where they will slowly erode away. From here, travel by horseback on the Peekaboo Loop Trail. Peer up through the trees from the bottom of Wall Street. Discover how hoodoos change over time. Soak up the sounds of Bryce in the early morning.
Beautiful. Hopefully you caught what he said, but the Paiute people were indigenous group of people who used to live in this area, or perhaps still do. And their belief is that these hoodoos, these individual rock formations, are their ancestors punished by a trickster coyote god. Very interesting and very beautiful. So this canyon then is kind of a graveyard, which, I mean, most beautiful graveyard ever, but still kind of spooky, right? I mean, graveyards are always kind of spooky, I think. I mean, they're kind of full of dead people. That's like their whole thing. All right, let's look up from Wall Street. And this obviously doesn't mean literally Wall Street in Manhattan, but it is a nickname.
The Douglas fir trees towering over our heads are 250 years old. They're stubborn fellas, surviving nearly daily flash floods and the harsh realities of this temperamental slot canyon. Rocks come crashing down from above with such frequency that the trail is closed 6 months out of the year for safety reasons. On top of that, we find ourselves rebuilding this route almost every year.
Wow, so those trees were 250 years old, right? That's what he said? Goodness gracious. And let's learn how hoodoos form.
During the daytime, water from melting snow trickles down inside cracks in the rock. At night, when the water refreezes, the ice breaks open gaps in the stone. Eventually, gaps become windows. Windows collapse, and freestanding towers we call hoodoos, like Thor's hammer, are formed.
Really cool. So I think is this Thor's hammer? Kind of looks like it maybe. So that's a famous rock formation. The water trickles down to form these hoodoos. These little towers are all hoodoos. So the water trickles down, it melts, trickles down, refreezes, and kind of expands. Remember, the molecules in ice and water specifically expand when they freeze. Ice is very weird in this way. So it expands, pushes the rocks out of the way, and then it melts again, and it leaves behind windows or little holes in its place. And eventually, these holes make these hoodoos. All right, let's listen to the sounds of Bryce Canyon. All right, let's ride horseback through a canyon.
We're traveling by horseback on the Peekaboo Loop Trail, one of the more strenuous routes in the park. As your horse squeezes through narrow slots in the rock, a vast collection of hoodoos appear, like an army of terracotta warriors awaiting their marching orders. Here, around every corner, through every slim opening, something new is waiting to be discovered.
See the hoodoos down here. Sort of. It's a 3D video, so it's not very high definition. All right, that is the end of this little mini vacation and the end of this 3-part mini series that I did here on YouTube. If you want to go watch the other 2, they are up on this YouTube channel as well. Have a great summer, everyone, or if you're not in summer right now, have a fantastic day. I will see you whenever I see you next. All right, bye.